many dead. Coño. I should look for
When a franchise gets to a certain age, the problem for the developers is the need to innovate, but at the same time keep the feel of the previous entries. They must continue to improve and refine the gameplay while keeping the personality of that franchise intact. It is a tough task. Stray too far from the formula and fans complain that it isn't a genuine entry. Made the game too similar, and the complaints become that the game is simply a rehash. It is a fine line to walk, and one that Ubisoft have tried to walk with varying degrees of success with the Far Cry franchise. Now we're approaching the release of Far Cry 6, and it looks to me like they are managing the tightrope walk quite well this time round.
Answer me. I said, are you the only survivor?
Sí.
Lucky.
Little knew the risk.
We're looking for a man in 1.10.
I don't know the name. What does he look like?
Older, wears a fedora, dresses like a tourist, never stops fucking talking.
Sorry, senor. I have not seen him.
How about the Libertad Terror?
Castillo, killing is gone.
Why are you doing this?
Papers.
I don't have them on me, senor.
The papers. That's a serious offense.
Disculpa. I must have left them at home.
I'm going to have to report you.
No, por favor, senor. Hi there.
Thanks to a rather healthy preview session that Ubisoft Australia invited me to, I was able to get about 4 hours of hands-on time with the next big Far Cry game. During that time I got to experience some early and mid-game missions, giving me a good feel for the setup and structure of the main game. What you are seeing now in the background of this video is actually captured recording of my time in the game.
Okay, we're good. Let's get the hell out of here before the whole fucking army shows up. I'm
Coño.
drunk, but I'm not that drunk.
Right behind you, old man.
Firstly, the hottest topic surrounding this game is the casting of Giancarlo Esposito as the big bad, and that is with good reason. I'm not going to spoil anything, but let me tell you, he chews up the scenery, his voice dripping with malice as he justifies his actions and demands results. Ubisoft have been looking for a big bad to equal Vast from Far Cry 3 since that game came out, and it is safe to say that they may have just found him in Giancarlo's ruthless dictator, Anton Castillo. Gameplay-wise, the game is a mix of the familiar and the improved. It is immediately noticeable how being aware of the environment is going to play a huge part in this game as it progresses. From holstering my weapons to avoid the scrutiny of Castillo's soldados, to utilising the terrain to my advantage. It feels as if the world of Far Cry 6 has more to say and do than in previous Far Cry titles.
Fuck that shit.
Another noticeable improvement was regarding enemy outposts, a staple of the franchise. In Far Cry 6, they are much more than just camps of enemies to clear out. They are radio facilities, food production factories or water stations, all key infrastructure in Castillo's regime. This immediately makes them feel more important than just an enemy encampment, as well as providing a much greater variety of locations to sneak around and take over.
This looks like they drop.
This is too easy.
Que volá!
Who are you?
We're La Moral, and the Este is our land. Our land, our medicine.
You practice that little speech?
Yeah.
This is property of Libertad.
Ah, Libertad. Knew you would come begging for our help. We should be fighting Castillo together. I'm Honron, second in command.
3, 4. Nice throw. Name's Danny Rojas.
Uh-huh.
Company! Over there! By the chopper!
Batter up.
More gusanos coming!
I see them!
Something that has always been a bit hit and miss in the Far Cry games in the past has been the sense of humour, but here I feel like they are right on track. Taking down a ruthless dictator can be serious business, so the game is peppered with moments of levity and absurdity. For example, one mission had me assisting a government-hating fighting rooster called El Chicharron destroy public records. This ruthlessly vicious bird sports spiked collars and insisted I graffitied his name upon any building he triumphed over. Absurd and odd in equal measure, it was nonetheless a joyful mission that had me feeling more than fond of this killer cock as he left the wake of destruction and dismemberment in his path. Graphically, the game feels like a nice step up from Far Cry 5, and a return to the series' original hunting grounds of tropical jungles is a welcome one that really shows off these improvements. The cities and towns on display all give off a wonderfully Cuban feel. The old Spanish architecture, the pastel colours, the 1950s and 60s cars. It really is Cuba in all but name. That should not surprise anyone if you've seen any of the trailers, but I can say how nice it is to be visiting somewhere that hasn't been well worn by video games.
Ron, should I swing by Alvarez farm?
You haven't met it.
Chicharrón! Chicharrón! So you want to humiliate the army all by yourself? Idiota! You're never satisfied! How dare you? I do everything you want and this is how you thank me?
Finally, I want to emphasise the fact that Far Cry 6 is still very much a Far Cry game. Crazy handmade weapons, hunting wild animals, clearing outposts, odd yet interesting side characters, and companions at your side. In fact, one of the earliest missions I played was a nod to a memorable marijuana crop burning from Far Cry 3. Fans are going to be comfortable here, but there is more than enough new to perhaps tempt those that haven't been tempted by the past few entries. In all, my time with Far Cry 6 was enjoyable. Giancarlo Esposito is a genuine reason to check out this game. But there are more than enough improvements on show to keep people happy without straying too far from what the fans like. Of course, the difference between playing a game for 4 hours and 40 is a great one, so I can't be 100% sure. Things are without doubt looking promising for this new breed of Far Cry guerrilla fighter, and I will certainly be checking it out when it hits our gaming systems on the 7th of October this year.
And a lamp. Medics on duty.
Thank you for checking out Player 2's Far Cry 6 preview. Make sure you head over to player2.net.au to check out all our news, reviews, previews, podcasts, video pieces, and opinion pieces. And make sure you like and subscribe the video down below. It'll make sure you keep up to date with all the Player 2 action. If you feel so inclined, we do also have a Patreon, but don't feel the need. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time on Player 2. See ya.
Can't fly here. Find another place to take off.
Attention unidentified pilot. This airspace is restricted. Land now.